To know what life is worth, you have to risk it once in a while. The individual's duty is to do what he wants to do, to think whatever he likes, to be accountable to no one but himself, to challenge every idea and every person. Because we can imagine, we are free. It is only in our decisions that we are important. Ideas come in pairs, and they contradict one another. Their opposition is the principal engine of reflection. I'm going to smile, and my smile will sink down into your pupils, and heaven knows what it will become. It's quite an undertaking to start loving somebody. You have to have energy, generosity, blindness. There is even a moment right at the start where you have to jump across an abyss. If you think about it, you don't do it. Man is what he wills himself to be. Man is fully responsible for his nature and his choices. What the painter adds to the canvas are the days of his life, the adventure of living, hurtling toward death. Life begins on the other side of despair. Consciousness is a being the nature of which is to be conscious of the nothingness of its being. In love, one and one are one. Death is a continuation of my life without me. Man is not the sum of what he is already, but rather the sum of what he does not yet have, of what he could have. Words are more treacherous and powerful than we think. Everything has been figured out except how to live. Nothingness haunts being. To choose not to choose is still to act. The best work is not what is most difficult for you. It is what you do best. I had found my religion. Nothing seemed more important to me than a book. I saw the library as a temple. Philosophy, which does not help to illuminate the process of the liberation of the oppressed, should be rejected. There is only one day left, always starting over. It is given to us at dawn and taken away from us at dusk. Commitment is an act, not a word. We do not judge the people we love. Man is nothing else but what he makes of himself. It is a matter of choice, not chance. Such is the first principle of existentialism. Once we know and are aware, we are responsible for our action and our inaction. We can do something about it or ignore it. Either way, we are still responsible. Life has no meaning the moment you lose the illusion of being eternal. Words are loaded pistols. 3 o'clock is always too late or too early for anything you want to do. I'd come to realize that all our troubles spring from our failure to use plain, clear-cut language. We only become what we are by the radical and deep-seated refusal of that which others have made of us. We make our own hell out of the people around us. If you seek authenticity for authenticity's sake, you are no longer authentic. Your judgment judges you and defines you. Sometimes the truth is too simple for intellectuals. Man is condemned to be free because once thrown into the world, he is responsible for everything he does. I can always choose, but I ought to know that if I do not choose, I am still choosing. He who asks a question is a fool for a minute. He who does not remains a fool forever. When you realize that by changing your perspective, big things can be seen as little things, it becomes much harder to worry about anything. There may be more beautiful times, but this one is ours. Before you come alive, life is nothing. It's up to you to give it a meaning, and value is nothing else but the meaning that you choose. The worst part about being lied to is knowing you weren't worth the truth. Man is nothing else but what he purposes. He exists only insofar as he realizes himself. He is therefore nothing else but the sum of his actions, nothing else but what his life is. What is life but an unpleasant interruption to a peaceful non-existence? Freedom is what you do with what's been done to you. Every word has consequences, every silence too. Only the guy who isn't rowing has time to rock the boat. If you are lonely when you're alone, you are in bad company. We are our choices.